In this video, we will have a brief introduction on arrays. The things that we need to understand for understanding the topic of arrays, the things that we need to know for understanding the topic on arrays can be summed up through a few basic questions. Question number 1 is, what is an array? What is an array? Okay. Now, we know what a variable is, right? A variable is a named memory location which is used to store values. Similarly, an array is nothing but a collection. An array is a collection of variables to store values. To store values of the same type. That means you can have, for example, you can have an array of integers, or you can have an array of floats, and so on. That means the values that we can store in an array all have to be of the same type, which makes array a homogeneous data structure. A homogeneous data structure. Now, why do we call array a data structure? We call array a data structure because it defines the way data is stored and also the operations that can be performed on stored data, which is what a data structure does. What is a data structure? A data structure defines the way data is stored and also the operations that can be performed on the stored data. An array also does exactly the same thing. Now, the next question that we need to answer in order to understand arrays is, why do we need arrays? Why do we need arrays? This is a very important question that we need to answer. See, we need arrays because we need to store large number of values. Only when there is a requirement to store a large number of values, we would go for an array. See, we have seen variables, right? A variable will allow us to store only one value at a time. But if we want to store a large number of values all at the same place and all the values happen to be of the same type, then arrays are the right choice. So, for example, let's say we are asked to collect the heights of 100 students. Now, obviously, if we do not know arrays, can this operation of collecting the heights of 100 students, can it be done without using an array? Of course, we can have 100 variables. We can have 100 variables, one variable for each student to carry out the task. But now, understanding and maintaining 100 variables is very difficult. Instead, if we can have one storage mechanism which will store all our 100 values at the same place, and all these 100 values, if it can be referred by one common name, then things would be a lot easier. And such is the power of arrays. It lets us to do exactly this thing. It lets us refer to these 100 values by one common name, which is the array name. And using this name, we can access the elements of the array. So each of these values, each of these heights that we would store in our array would be called an element. Now, these elements can be accessed using simply the array name and the index of the array, which we will see shortly in the next video. So this was a brief introduction on array. I hope the purpose of arrays is clear. You can leave your thoughts in the comment section below and I'll try and get back to you. I hope this helps. Thank you.